Thank you. And we are live, and currently being live means I'm on my own. Hi there, good people. Today I had 3 topics which, well, I don't know, they seemed promising and people said they would want to come and talk about them, but it seems that you are stuck with me. Now I had 3 links and I provided them in the down below thingy. So we are going to talk about these 3 items. And if someone joins us, they join us. And if not, it's just going to be me. I mean, I need to do something. I haven't really produced a video this week either. I've been too busy with other silly stuff. So let's start with the first topic. Let's see if I can show you the first topic. There you go. Hey, John. Welcome for joining us, mate. And hi there, Crusader Soul and Shorty. John just jumped in on the hangout. So, John, can you say something, mate? Well, I know you can say something, but I'm not hearing anything. And hey there, Oopsie. Well, it's a little bit weird to be starting a hangout all by my lonesomeness. That's the first time. That never happened before. I'm not lonely though. My wife's sitting next to me, so that's good. Okay, John, I'm not sure if you are trying to talk. If so, I can't hear you. And I assume everyone else can hear me. So I'm going to continue. And I'm going to start with the first item on my list. The US Supreme Court backs Christian baker who spurned gay couple. Okay, I'm not quite sure if everyone remembers this story, but I think it was last year there was a Christian baker who basically said, I don't want to bake a wedding cake because you're a gay couple. Do I agree with that baker? Actually, I do. Not that I agree with them not being gay. I mean, listen, if you want to have gay marriage, you can have gay marriage. I don't care for that. But I do agree that the baker had the right to say, no, I don't want to bake for you. John, I can hear you, mate. Can you hear me at all? Wait a second. Messy start of the evening. Anyway, I'll continue. So the baker said, no, I don't want to bake a cake for a gay wedding. And then how do you call those people? Idiots started a court case to get the baker more or less forced to either pay a lot of money or bake the bloody cake. Now, to me, that was wrong. I mean, do I agree with gay weddings? Yeah, I do. I don't care. But does everyone else have to? No, they don't. So why should a Christian baker bake a cake for something he doesn't agree? And they knew damn well what they were doing. I mean, they were going to him and basically goaded him. Basically, I think it was, I can't even remember. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, yes, Colorado. The Colorado Civil Rights Commission showed an permissible hostility towards religion when it found the baker violated anti-discrimination law by rebuffing gay couple, etc., etc., etc. Okay, never mind that. But it was in Colorado. That was the one thing that I did want to say. In Colorado, the judge in the civil court said, you know what? You being a Christian baker, yeah, that's all good and well, but you're also going to have to be a slave for gay people. Because that's basically what they say. You have no choice to say no. Therefore, if you don't have the choice to say no, you're a slave. Even an employee has the choice to say no to the employer. There's a good chance he'll get fired over it, but he still has that choice. So the Supreme Court looked it over, and basically they said, yeah, no. Hi there, Davey. Welcome, mate. John, can you talk now, mate? Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
There you are.
When I try and join the Hangout, Google Chrome just crashes, and then I have to wait for it to die. Then I have to start it again. Then I can join. So it takes about 4 minutes.
Don't you just love software? Hi there, Carlos, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I started.
So sorry, I was struggling to follow it. So what you're saying is the state court told the bakers they had to make the cake, but the US court said, let sanity prevail.
Not the court, the Supreme Court. So basically,
but the US court. Yes, the US court.
Yeah, the Supreme Court.
You wouldn't go from the state to any lower court than the Supreme Court, I would suspect.
I'm not quite sure. I have no idea how but I know this is the top layer.
Yeah. So the point is sanity's prevailed. A business has the right to turn away customers, and surely any business should have the right to turn away customers for any grounds they want.
True. Which is kind of funny.
Period. It's just, you do not have to provide a service for people.
No, that's the thing. I mean, if you have to provide services, that kind of means you're a slave.
Yeah. It's not a market economy.
No.
You don't choose who you do business with. And the point is people discriminate all the time, just generally in the other way.
Yeah.
Someone walked into a gay place with festooning swastikas, they might have a problem serving them.
But that's the funny thing, though. I mean, yeah, you might have a problem with them, and you're allowed to say no. But now these guys are gay, and all of a sudden they're not allowed to say no anymore.
Yeah. I think the problem was there was a case, wasn't there? Yeah. That woman at the whatever their vehicle licensing. I forget what the Americans call it.
Yeah, that one. I forgot about that one actually. Yeah.
And she was a Christian, and she wanted to refuse to do it. But the point was, she was working for the state, and therefore
she was the government. Therefore, she had to do it.
Yeah, therefore she wasn't operating as a private business, and therefore her right, wasn't as the company, but as a mere employee, and that's a fundamentally different situation. If you want to, if you go into a public service, you have to abide by the conditions of that job, or don't take the job.
I like what Davey is saying. Wonder what would happen to him if he had a sign that says no gays. The thing is, though, he didn't say no gays. Nowhere in the original Colorado court case or in the Supreme Court case is it argued that he wouldn't serve bread or whatever to gay people.
Wasn't it that they wanted him to actually cater a wedding?
Yeah, actually cater the wedding and make a specific and make a specific gay wedding cake. And on that he said, and I'm sorry, I'm not feeling confident about that. I do not want to do it.
And you would think anyone getting married at the first sign of reluctance would ditch anyone they hired.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, this whole Colorado court case, I remember back then that I really felt like, this is a troll. They are doing it for the very reason to attack someone. They basically did it so they can say, he's a bigot, get him. Which is so stupid. I mean, are we now suddenly not allowed to say, I don't want to be close to you. I don't want to be mentioned in the same line as whatever you do. What's the problem? He didn't say you're not allowed to marry. He said, I'm not going to cater your wedding.
Yeah.
And it's capitalism. There are other bakers in town. And if I remember right, this wasn't even the closest baker to where they were going to do the wedding, because there was they actually went a long way to find someone who said no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You think if you were getting married, the last thing you'd want is to engage in any drama. And if someone, you go along and you say, I'd like you to do our wedding. And then, you know, I mean, just anybody, you know, you go along, and if you sense them out, you want a good time, and you want people who fit in with your what you're doing. And if you want an invitation at all, you think, I think we'll look at someone else. Thank you.
Yeah. No, are you willing to bake a cake for me? Yeah, sure. What's her name? No, it's not a her. It's a him. Okay. So it's two guys. Yeah, it's two guys. I'm sorry, mate. I don't want to be bothered with gays. And I'm pretty sure this is not how the conversation went. But even if the conversation went like that, oh no, I don't want to get bothered with two gays. Okay. Well, I'll spend my money somewhere else then. I mean, if this truly were an issue, it's mainly the baker losing some customers. But they made it a legal issue just so that they can make something bigger out of it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, because I found this article after I found a tweet. And in that tweet, it said that the Supreme Court, and I can't find that tweet. I lost all my open windows. I'm feckless like that. But I had the tweet which said that the Supreme Court closely sided with the Christian baker. It was a close win.
Yeah, it said narrow victory on the article you're displaying right now.
They said it here as well. Well, how is it a narrow victory? The ruling was 7-2. How is that narrow out of a nine judges court?
Yeah.
Where the majority of votes win and the minority loses. How is a 7-2 split a close call?
Yeah, it's quite a good gap for the Supreme Court.
I mean, they could have killed two Supreme Court judges and he'd still win. Fucking hell. Anyway, this is but the justices did not issue a definite ruling on the circumstances under which people can seek exemption from anti-discrimination law based on their religious view. No, because there is no way to quantify or objectify something as subjective as anti-discrimination laws. Because if this were to be the case, then there wouldn't be any religion left.
I'd like to see what happened if a gay couple took some Muslim bakers to court.
Well, they'd get their ass kicked.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like they can go after Christians. But what would happen if they tried to go after Muslims?
Yeah, I don't think it would end well. Oh, Crusader Soul, what did we do with drama queens in WoW? In all fairness, I can't even remember. That's too long ago, mate. Tell us, what did we do? Well, we made fun of them. I can remember that. I mean, we always make fun of them. For those of you who don't know, Crusader Soul and I, we used to play World of Warcraft, and we had a great group there, and there were gay members in our guild as well. But they weren't drama queens. I mean, they were just regular Joes, you know. Which is weird to say, but it's really true. I mean, we had a gay guy in our guild who actually despised gay people because of shit like this. Anyway, slightly sidetracked. John, you still there, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if there's anything else interesting in this one.
Yeah. It doesn't set the pulse racing, sorry.
No, well, there were a few people talking about it in our Twitter group thingy, and it seemed like a good idea to talk about this, but no one showed up. So okay, well, you did.
No, I wasn't planning on lurking, but I promised you'd never go on alone. So I keep my promises. So
fair point, mate. Fair point. But this is another thing that I find funny. Where was it? I just scrolled over it. Out of the 50 states, 21, including Colorado, have anti-discrimination laws protecting gay people. Okay. Protecting them against what?
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me what these gay people are being protected against? Well, they're protected against discrimination. Okay. What's discrimination? No one is allowed to treat them any worse for being gay than they would have treated them for being straight. Okay, fair enough. But if I don't like someone who's straight, am I allowed to say, fuck off, you idiot, I don't like you? Well, most people will say you are allowed. Are you then automatically also allowed to say the same thing to a gay person? Well, you may be gay, but I don't like you, so shut the fuck up and disappear out of my direct vicinity. What's your take on that? I know I'm a little bit crass on words, but what's your take on that? Are you allowed to say to anyone, I don't like you, get away from me?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, no, but the point is it's not a question of that isn't the issue here, is it?
Well, if that's not the issue, then what is? Because
no, because it's not a question of liking. It's a question of agreeing. Because to Christians, marriage is a sacrament between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And therefore, it is a religious principle.
Fair enough. And you have religious freedom.
Yeah. And that's why the Supreme Court will have overturned the decision, because they said, yeah, but you've basically got two conflicting set of rights here. You've got the rights of the gay people to not be discriminated, but you've got the rights of the Christians to practice their religion. And how can you practice your religion if you're being made to do something that goes against your religious teachings?
But I'm even interested in how is this? I mean, you go to a shop and the shopkeeper says, no, mate, no shirt, no shoe, no service. Everyone knows those thingies, right? No shirts, no shoes, no service. Why is that not discriminatory?
Yeah, no. I mean, like I say, as far as I'm concerned, any private business should have the right to choose whether it does business with anyone on any grounds whatsoever.
Yeah,
because it doesn't. You shouldn't even have to give grounds. If someone says, "Will you do this for me?" No, at this time we'd rather not. Then you.
No, indeed. It's beyond comprehension to me. But Alicia wasn't from Colorado, was she?
No, she's from Utah.
Yeah, she's from Utah. Okay,
they're close, I think.
Maybe
the next door.
Well, I mean, if
I know she's near Nevada. I know it's near Nevada, but I think perhaps Colorado's just a bit further south.
I have no idea. I'll pretend.
It's Colorado's like the Rockies. So you've got like all the states to the east. That's the plains, and I think Utah's one of those. And then Colorado's where it all gets lumpy. Probably having Americans laughing at my terrible geography right now.
I'll take your word for it, though. This one I found funny. The case outcome hinged on the action of the Colorado Commission. In one exchange at a 2014 hearing cited by Kennedy, former Commissioner Diane Rice said that the freedom of religion and religion has been used to justify all kinds of discrimination throughout history. which, in all fairness, is true. Whether it be slavery, whether it be the Holocaust. The Holocaust had nothing to do with religion.
Yeah, well, people don't understand things very well sometimes.
And slavery, yeah, sure, no, you can say slavery had something to do with Christianity. But I think the most important thing that slavery and Christianity have in common is that Christianity fought to end slavery.
Yeah, I mean, actually, originally English law, it was Christianity that essentially said, no, you can't have slaves. And that's why England never had slaves.
Well,
and it was actually Americans in the semi-independent colonies who actually took the colonies to court to allow them to own chattel slaves.
Yeah, well, that was,
and it was a purely American innovation, contrary to what the English did. Not just then, but afterwards as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't strictly an American thing, because we did see it in the non-Christian world.
I'm just talking about how, at the time slavery was introduced to the Americas, the colonies, they were still under Britain, but it was as a deviation from English and British law, not because of English and British law.
This is something I find very interesting too, by the way. Civil Liberty Union lawyer Louisa Melling, who represents Mulling and Craig, I guess those are the two guys that wanted to get married, said the High Court, which is Colorado, made it clear that businesses open to the public must serve everyone. Basically, this means that American Civil Liberties Union lawyer Louisa Melling thinks that everyone must do what she wants when they work for someone.
No, here's the thing, right? In New York, there's been this push to not serve Trump voters.
Which is then, of course, not allowed. Which I think, it's stupid, but I think it's allowed because it's the same that there were donut shops and coffee shops that didn't want to serve cops. It's offensive, but you're allowed to do it because it's your shop. You can say, no, I'm not going to serve you. But here she says, no, you must serve everyone. Doesn't this sound like, I'm perfectly okay with slavery?
Yeah, the problem is they can't even be consistent, because I'm sure this same person would be the first to sort of like say that the people in New York are perfectly entitled to not serve Trump voters.
Which is very it's possible, but I haven't found that, so I'll not claim that Louise Melling did say anything like that. But
No, I'm not saying, but it's like you can't have the same set of ideologies breeding these two contradictory things, because it's always the same. You can't do it against people we like, but you can do it against people we don't like, and it just.
Yeah. Oopsie, how is it that if a person hears voices in his head, he's put on medication, but if a religious person has entire conversation with his invisible friend, he is allowed to walk free? That's a very interesting question. But I think the difference is this. Are you hearing an answer? I have no problem whatsoever that people are talking to lawn furniture, for example. I get a little bit scared when the lawn furniture starts answering them. I think that's my threshold. It's almost the same, but I get mad to silence them, mate. Yeah, true, mate. True that. This is completely off topic, but this is my major problem with gender dysphoria. I mean, in all kinds of mental issues we have, we always say, do not go into the hallucinations. Do not go into the how do you call it? I can't find the English word for the moment. But yeah, if you have something, the mindset you create, because this is your illness, we should not go into that. We should not go along with that. Mm-hmm. But funny enough, when it comes to gender dysphoria, oh yeah, no, you got a dick, yeah, I see it. You got 2 balls, yeah, yeah, you're a woman. No, you're completely correct. You're a woman.
The problem with the whole gender thing is it is so utterly riddled with inconsistencies. Because on the one hand, they try and push this nonsense of the blank slate and say, oh, you're all socialized into it, and then on the other hand, somehow men are terrible and women are perfect.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm sorry.
No. I saw this meme.
Come up in the same dysfunctional family. Why is only the males only the ones affected, not the females?
Well, that too. I saw this meme some time ago about women are just as good as men, and all men are pigs.
Yeah, so women are pigs.
Well, you said it.
Hey, I like bacon.
Anyway, I'm going to finish this one with this little bit here. Gay rights advocates said the case is just one part of a bigger struggle seeking greater legal protection for gay, bisexual, and transgender people, including in the workplace, even as they fight efforts by conservatives to undermine gains secured in recent years. And I'm like what? I don't get this. Men and women were allowed to get married. Fair enough. Men and men are allowed to get married. Fair enough. Who is losing on this?
It's all scaremongering. It's all,
It's so painful. I mean, to me, it's painful.
No,
anyway, I'm seeing Crusader Soul, and I'm seeing Oopsie, and I'm seeing Davy.
And Alicia popped in very, 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 very.
Yeah, she left again, which I was hoping this would be interesting for her as well. I thought it would be.
And Oopsie as well.
Yeah, Oopsie's there as well. Yeah. Well, Oopsie and Crusader Soul are 2 Dutch mates of mine, so it's always good to have them around. Alicia said too. Alicia, I thought this would be interesting for you as well.
Yeah, she'd probably be more interesting than me on it.
No, but you're interesting too, mate. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm not in the mood. That's the trouble.
And hi there, Nick Radio. Thank you for showing me that I'm not alone. No, but it's just John and me. So I thought there were lots of people who said that they thought the topics were interesting. But I sent out a lot of invites for the hangouts, and only John joined.
And that was a pity join.
And that was a pity join. Poor little old me. I have baby day today. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you for liking my work, Nick. Thank you. Anyway, so can we say we've done enough with this U.S. Supreme Court backing of the gay wedding cake?
I think the horse has thoroughly been flogged.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Which is the next one? It should be Bill Clinton takes heat for lack of apology to Monica Lewinsky.
Do you apologize for someone giving you a blowjob now?
Well, this is why I was hoping that.
I'm sorry I made you give me a blowjob.
No,
I seem to enjoy it.
What's her name? I can't remember her name. Well, 1 second, I have to check it because I'm crap with names. Come here, and there you go. That, and there he does that. Then I'm going all the way back to this. Square peg, right? Square peg, that's the one. And oh bloody hell, I need to be like a. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm sorry, John. Entertain the crowd, please.
Well, roll it up a bit so I can read it and have a laugh. No, he's run away. It all hinges on the definition of the word "is." I don't know why, but apparently that was a thing. Yes. Just remember, President Trump going, you can grab them by the pussy. They let you do it is much worse than the alleged crimes of that man. I'll say alleged, just in case there's any lawyers listening. Yes. Ed McMahon. Your version of Ed McMahon. Who the hell is Ed McMahon, Nick?
No.
Oh dear.
Almost back. Almost back. Almost back.
So Modwain.
Here I am.
Nick's Radio has said our version of Ed McMahon, and I'm like, who's Ed McMahon? I'm so ignorant. I know nothing.
I have no idea what you just said, mate. I just came back. Anyway, Bill Clinton takes heat for lack of apology to Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, Johnny Carson's psychic. Well, Nick, okay, I know I'm old, but I only know Johnny Carson from old clips of people like Jimi Hendrix going on the show.
But the only McMahon I know was the guy from World Wrestling Federation, WWF, before they became WWE.
Yeah, because WWF is sort of the World Wildlife Fund. Yeah,
but I know. But it used to be.
Yeah, until they sort of said, oops, there's a clash.
Yeah.
And the World Wildlife Fund said, we're the UN, fuck off, you change your name.
But isn't that the same at McMahon, by the way? Oh, that's Vince McMahon. Okay, thank you, mate. Well, I knew it was McMahon. That's about as far as it went. I haven't watched them since they were WWF, which is quite.
I never watched it. I didn't like it. It would be like 40 minutes of sort of like prancing around, posturing, and then there'd be like 2 seconds of fight, and I'm like. No,
listen, there are people who watch what's its name? Dragon Ball Z series.
You what?
Well, Dragon Ball Z, don't you know them? The anime with Goku and what's his face?
No.
I mean, they have fights that last several episodes and 2 punches.
In anime.
Yeah, in anime.
Well, in anime, you don't get tired because it's boring.
Well, that too. Anyway, Bill Clinton takes the heat for lack of apology to Monica Lewinsky. Now, I talked about this with Square Pag, and this is my humble take on it. He apologized. Should he have apologized? And I'm like, well,
never apologize.
Well, but there are 2 things that he did wrong, in my humble opinion. So.
Stood for president and got re-elected?
Well, no, he got that. That's not his mistake. That's the mistake of the American people. No.
Hillary?
Yeah, well, okay, 3 mistakes. But I don't care that he had an affair. I mean, I don't think having an affair should be illegal by law. And that's religious. I don't care. And he paid her. Why would he apologize? Davey, I'm not 100% with you on that one, but I'm going to claim that he need not have apologized for the sex with Monica Lewinsky, because Monica Lewinsky wasn't underage. She was of age. And, hey, sorry, what happens between 2 consenting adults should stay between 2 consenting adults.
Can I put a fly in your ointment? Because he was the president for the Democrats. And we all know the Democrats are the social justice party nowadays.
But they weren't then.
No, but they are now. And under social justice, he had a power imbalance, and therefore she didn't really have a choice.
No, I can understand that. But this is not what the social justice warriors are saying, because they're not really attacking him. I mean, I've seen people talk about that the whole Monica Lewinsky Clinton affair is Trump's fault.
You what?
No, seriously. They were talking
of course. You know, if an asteroid hit the Earth, it'd be Trump's fault, obviously. I mean, come on. We all know this.
True that. And yes, Davey, I totally agree. If I were to be married to Hillary, I'd probably, I don't know, go celibate. But yeah, true that. But the thing is, I didn't have a problem with him having an affair. But there are two things I did have a problem with. One, he should have been impeached, not for having an affair, but for lying about it. No, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're lying under oath, that's an impeachable offense. Even if the thing you are lying about isn't that important. You should.
Yeah, with the French on this one.
What do you mean?
Well, the French couldn't give a shit if their politicians have affairs. I'm with them on this one.
Yeah. I don't care that he had an affair. I simply do not care. I mean,
no. But the only reason he lied under oath was because they put him under oath to talk about it. Whereas the French would be like, who cares? Not.
But then he should have said, "I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about this."
Yeah,
or "This is none of your fucking business. Get the fuck out of my bedroom." Which I would have respected both of these ways.
Yeah, but as I say, they're Democrats.
No, that is true. And the second thing I do hold him responsible for, at the beginning when the whole bullshit started airing out, at first they were like, yeah, but he's a good president. He a good boy. And then all of a sudden the media started attacking Monica Lewinsky for it, because it's all her fault.
Well, of course, because it has to be somebody's fault.
Yeah. And basically, this is the second thing I hold him responsible for, because he did jack all to stand up for him. And that, to me, is evil. So those two things, yes, he needs to apologize for. Having sex with her, hey, man, I mean, no. She wasn't an infant. She had the right to say yes, she had the right to say no. So that I don't care about. But he never apologized for his behavior.
I mean, no one wants to talk about the old proverbial elephant, which is how much power is an aphrodisiac to a lot of women.
True that. True that. And, you know, I can understand him abusing that situation, and I'm not faulting him for that.
Well, apparently he had a history of it, because otherwise you would think, come on, just show a little bit of restraint. Won't kill you.
Well,
just show a bit of restraint.
Which is funny, because if we then look at the current, how do you call those things? Adjunct presidents, the second in command. I forgot the name. Pence, that one.
Oh, the vice president.
Vice president, thank you. Pence got on the fire because he doesn't want to be one-on-one with another woman.
Yeah, of course, because you know, again, it's the impossible bind that they want to put you in. You know, a woman can just make an allegation and it must be true, but you're not allowed to prevent her being in a position from which you can make an allegation.
Yeah, it's double. And I agree with you, Alicia, the Lolita Express thing, but I haven't really found any conclusive evidence over that. It's a very strong conjecture, but it's still conjecture. So I didn't want to bring that up. And in this whole thing is just about him and Monica Lewinsky. And he's like, well, but I did apologize. No fucking arsehole, you didn't. Now, should you have apologized for having an affair? No, I don't care. But his behavior, though. Hey, and Smirkers, there are links in the... how do you call it? But do you want to join Smirkers? Because you haven't joined us for a while. That's why I didn't send you the joining link. But if you want in, you're more than welcome, mate. They send me link. Okay, here you go. That should do the trick. Come on. Oh, it doesn't work. 1 second.
Is he not in the Twitter group?
Hey, I didn't send the. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think I put the hangout link in the Twitter group. And I did send him a tweet like, "You want in?" And I haven't heard. Well, now this is the wrong thing. Bloody hell!
If that is me,
I'm terrible at this shit. And I'm trying to do everything at once, and I'm crap at that as well. I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and then I have to do this and that, and copy and paste and send. It should be there, mate, any minute now. I'll close this one and do that one, and I'm putting that one back on. That one, put this one away. And we're back. The magic of interwebs.
Until the EU.
Yeah, we still have
Article 13 or whatever they want to.
Yeah, we still have 3 weeks. The thing is, it's.
Hello.
Hey, Smirkus.
Hi, Smirkus.
The Article 13 thing. I did think about making something about that.
It's insane.
I mean, a lot of large YouTubers already made something.
No, it's insane, because the whole point about hyperlink is when you make any reference to anything, you put a link in. That is proper web etiquette.
Yeah.
And therefore, and they're saying the very thing you must do is a bad thing. And you go, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
But the worst part is,
you know, ripping off someone's content without credit, that's a bad thing. Quoting a bit of it and providing a link to the source is the correct behavior. And
that's how it should.
They've gone after.
Yeah.
You know, you've got 20 years of the World Wide Web, which was designed to work the very way they're now trying to make illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beyond stupid. But the problem I'm having, and I see a lot of YouTubers basically telling the world, listen, this is going on, this is something we should be worried about. And I agree with them that this is something we should be worried about. But here's the thing.
What are you worried about?
The Article 13, basically that the European Union wants to put a few vices on free internet, basically.
Oh.
They're going to make what we do on YouTube impossible. They're going to make it's basically the same law that Spain used 2 years ago, and
how are we not going to rule against that?
Sorry?
Probably not too many people know about it, so there won't be too many voices against it.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, it's what they did in Spain, and it caused Google to stop their news outlet source thingy in Spain. And Google is not a small company, so they could have paid for it, but no. But the thing is, and there's lots of Computing Forever did a video about it, and other ones. The thing is, we can't influence them because this is the European Parliament, and we as voters, well, we might like to think we have an influence on them. But the thing about the European Union is that it's not democratic.
But don't these things have to be, what's the word? Don't they have to be ratified by each national parliament separately?
I hope so. And I
thought that's the way it worked. Is like they pass these laws, but then each national parliament has to pass international law.
Yeah, I hope so, and I think this is the case, but I'm not 100% sure. But that means that we really need to lean on our own politicians, not our Euro politicians, because they've got fuck all to say about it anyway. The thing is, the European Union is as close to communism as you can get. Without
shouldn't have been more like the United States instead of a dictatorship.
Well, it should have been, but that's not what it is.
Well, it's the opposite, isn't it? Because I believe the United States has this concept that only a few national interests are handled at the national level and everything else is devolved down to the states. And that is a lot of what the political argument is about at the moment.
Yeah.
Whereas in Europe, it's going the other way. You've got all the nations who had their own rights, and then the Union is taking on more and more and more to itself and making everyone uniform whether they want it or not.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing about the marijuana thing in America. States made it legal, but federally it's still illegal as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they're
like, what good does it do then, you know?
Sorry, that was me. No, but it baffles the mind, and this is funny enough. But if we look at the migrant situation, this is the European Union. Well, first Angela Merkel, but then the European Union forcing all European states to do their bit, even though the European states, especially Eastern European states, are like, why?
They're like, nah.
I mean, the way that they've been forcing the migration crisis might be the very reason why Italy will get out of the European Union, which is weird considering that they're one of the founding members.
Yeah, but they were the founding members of no, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't. The founding members were 5 countries, the Benelux countries, Germany and France.
But it all started with the Treaty of Rome.
No, but that wasn't the start. The European Coal and Steel Federation with the 5 countries was the start.
Yeah, that was more.
When Britain joined in '73, there were still only 9 countries.
True that. But that was more. I wouldn't call that a European Union, though. That was more,
that was a European Economic Community. But the point is, you say they were a founder member, but they weren't, because every country that was already in the EEC became part of the EU. So you have the only founder countries are the countries of the Coal and Steel Federation.
Well, we're a little bit off topic. There is that. I'm not really sure, though.
Gee, what else is new?
Yeah, I'm good at that. Anyway, anyone want to weigh in on whether Clinton should have apologized or not?
Who cares?
Apologize for what?
For having an affair with Lewinsky. No, not so much having an affair with Lewinsky, for the way he treated her afterwards. Personally, that's my beef with it.
Never.
And him lying.
I don't know enough about the aftermath, but shouldn't everybody give the president a fucking high five for that shit?
Well, not the lying bit. He shouldn't have lied.
I did not have sexual relationships with that woman. He just should have come out. Oh man, she's a great cocksucker.
If he'd done that, that would have been respectful to me.
Yeah, but
The
problem is that the American evangelical right was much more powerful back then.
At the same time, though,
and it would never have gone down with that. What do we call it? Constituents.
But because I agree with Alicia. He should apologize for lying to the public about it and making a mockery of the justice system. Because with this, basically, the White House became untouchable. He was the first president to have been provenly misbehaving, breaking the laws, and not being touched for it. And after that, Bush and Obama, they could do whatever they wanted. It started
that's the nature of power. That's unfortunately how it evolves.
Yeah, but it didn't used to be like that.
I was about to say that, people in powerful places or with a fuck ton of money, they don't get to go to jail. They go to rehab and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, true that.
The poor people get sent to jail. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I know what you're saying, Modwain, that it didn't used to be like that, but that's what I'm saying is the nature of power. The nature of power will encroach on equality of treatment and make those in power special cases.
Yeah, I don't understand. I blame the media for that, to be honest, and journalism.
No, it's just in the nature of power.
Yes, but that's why we need an independent media, for example, to say, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, but you never have an independent media because the media is always owned by about 6 people.
Yeah,
how independent is that?
Well, but it didn't used to be like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
You say that. You say that the media didn't used to be owned by a few powerful people. In Britain, it did. You know, that people like Lord Beaverbrook are people from the 20s and 30s, names in history.
But Britain isn't an example of a clear and cool democracy. I'm sorry, it's not.
Don't even get me started on independent media.
Sorry.
Anyway, Bill Clinton takes heat for not apologizing. Fuck Bill Clinton.
Again.
Here is the last of the 3 topics I had planned for tonight. Miss America is scraping the swimsuit competition. It will no longer judge based on physical appearance.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. This to me was beautiful. Here we have a pageant where the only thing you are being measured on is your beauty, but because it's unfair to women who are not beautiful, we will not judge you on your beauty. I don't get this. I simply don't get this.
You see, this is what I find odd, because pageants are far, far bigger in the US.
Oh,
whereas over here, people stopped giving a shit in the 80s, 70s and 80s.
All right.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most beautiful of them all? Not you, bitch. You're way too fat.
But I saw an article not too long ago. Oh yeah, and they want to stop with the evening gown because the evening gown is also too sexist.
Or maybe the Mirror would say, maybe if you lost 300 pounds, you know, you might have a chance.
So if you don't have an evening gown, you don't have a swimsuit, burkas all round.
But that's the funny thing, because I saw an article not too long ago, and I think this was in the UK, where a woman in a niqab was allowed to join a beauty pageant.
He wasn't allowed?
And I'm like, how the fuck are they going to see what she looks like? Could have been a dude out of there.
Oh, it's fine. You should allow anybody to join.
Yeah, sure. To join
if they're going to win.
But that's the that's the scary thing. This is
Miss beautiful eyes.
But this is Miss Helsinki in 2017.
Yeah, so what?
She didn't win because she was beautiful. She won because she was politically correct.
Yeah, but
look at that face.
Oh, come on. We have the Eurovision Song Contest where the winners always because they're politically correct. Come on.
Well, fair enough. Nobody cares about that one either. But the American beauty pageant still seems to mean something to some people. Anyway.
Well, you know, feminism infects everything, kills it, and then moves on.
But I don't understand. I'm going to do this live. You can all see me doing it.
What are you looking for?
Beautiful black women. Why can't
I?
Okay, well, image. Did DuckDuckGo move this image?
No, it's up at the top. It's up at the top. Keep going up.
No, I can't go up. That's the thing. Come on.
DuckDuckGo.
Well, I use DuckDuckGo, and it has an image thing.
Yeah, I know, but I can't find it. I'm going to be annoying.
Oh no, the evil empire.
Yeah, I know. I don't really use them, but.
So I assume that funny one after Gmail's images.
Okay, so images.
Yeah,
images. There we go. Okay, so now here we have. This is, by the way, a really stupid. Is that a dress? Oh, wait a second. Up. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, God. It's Pinterest.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not working. Take two.
Holy crap, dude.
Here we go again. The images.
Here you go.
Pinterest, YouTube, ground zero. That doesn't sound good. Okay, this one. Why not? I mean, this is a beautiful woman. I don't know her. I don't care about her. But if I look at her face, just her face, I'm like, okay, you look nice. Yeah, Janet Jackson. She looked nice.
Yeah.
Gina Torres. Okay. Gina Torres, not so much. Pinkett Smith, not so much. Fair enough.
Yeah, but who decide? Who's ranking these? How do they decide?
Fair enough. I don't care. Fair enough. But Serena Williams, not a bad-looking woman. Not a bad-looking woman. And then we have this. Look at this face. She's got a shovel on her face. It's not nice of me to make fun of how people look. I mean, I'm not a looker. But how is this the most beautiful girl in Helsinki?
What are you talking about? You're a hella sexy, man.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. But even that Helsinki, Finland, chose a black woman as the best-looking woman in that country. You know what? Fair enough. There are beautiful black women. There are.
Of course there are. Halle Berry.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is not one of them.
Hey, you know, be kind. Be kind.
I don't want to be kind. This is, and as I said, or maybe I can.
She looks all right.
I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm saying she's not beautiful. Not the same thing. What was it?
Well, there's a big difference between pretty ladies and beautiful ladies.
Yeah, but it's all, you know, everyone's got their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a woman who was briefly popular in the UK, and she was, let's say, on the bigger side. And everyone would say, oh, she's beautiful. And I'm going, God, she's horrible. And I just didn't see what anyone else saw in her as being attractive. But apparently it was just me.
I'm sorry, guys. I had hoped I could find it fast. I can't. But anyway, Miss America scraping its swimsuit issue. Who, if anyone, is happy about this? Feminists aren't known for their beauty, especially with green hair and ironmongery in their faces. But that's the thing, though. I get it. But it's indeed, as Alicia said, this is about control. First, they wanted to have the pit bunnies, the women in the pits. They wanted to have the dart girls. They're not allowed. They want to have all sorts of good-looking women are not allowed to market the fact that they're good-looking. But you're okay to go into a slut walk where they look as ugly as fuck, and you're like, I can't believe that you've been raped by anyone because...
No, here's the thing, right? Every woman is beautiful, because they say, oh, you're beautiful no matter what, but no man's allowed to say it. That's
but look at this Gretchen character. Gretchen Carlson.
Gretchen Carlson. Share it, mate.
I am.
No yeah.
It's like she's gonna decide that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to stop sharing, by the way.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody's got a brand, because these things tend to be privately owned anyway, they want to commit commercial suicide, fine, let them.
Yeah, sure that. I mean, Trump is out of it already, so there's nothing he can do about it. But I mean, I don't get it. And I can understand that there is more to women than the way they look. On this, I 100% agree.
Okay, here's a question for you. Is there ever any talk, say a young woman dies, she was always beautiful. always mention her looks.
Yeah.
Always.
But that's because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it's like, for what? Do we kill them to not mention her looks, a woman's looks? Even if she is beautiful, so what? You know, what about all her other qualities? Oh, strangely, no one mentioned, you know, it's always mentioned. And it's like, well, which do you want? Do you want to treat people for their, you know, not for how they look, or do you only care about how they look? Because if you ask me, society only cares how women look.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, if you have... Oh, sorry. I'll stop sharing this, Lucas. Sorry.
Huh?
But that's the thing, though. If you want a beauty pageant, then what is it you're measuring? If you want to have a spelling bee, what is it you're measuring?
Bees. Why is it called a bee?
But that's a good point, by the way, Alicia. Only trans men to women get to be beautiful now. And it's, I don't get it. I mean, yeah, there are beautiful men. I know I'm one, but fucking hell. I nearly said that without laughing. But yeah, there are beautiful men. There are beautiful women out there. There are. So why are people pretending this? Well, yeah, but you can be beautiful at any size. Yeah, you can to some. Not to most.
You're not beautiful.
And my wife
the question is.
So handsome.
No, but here's the question, though, Modwain.
Aye.
Who cares? Hi, smokers, you're showing.
I know.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're beautiful too, mate.
I know.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, beyond people who know you, who care, or unless you've got a job that depends upon being attractive, who cares?
Well, I would agree with you on that. If it weren't for the fact that it's like an oil spill and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and it's infecting everything. And funny enough, I don't care that Miss America will not be a beauty pageant anymore because I wasn't watching to begin with.
Well, no, especially if we're not American.
Well, I don't care. But there are women that actually care about that shit.
Yeah, but it's his women who care about that shit. That's the problem. It's like all these things are, you know, makeup and fashion and all these things. It's like, oh, they're sexist, but men are doing this and the other. Most men couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, but men are objectifying women. No, they're not. I mean, how many men will tell their wife that their wife is the most beautiful person they know?
And then 10 minutes later, they rolled around the street together and they go, oh,
actually,
look at that.
Actually, women are more likely to cheat on their partner than men are.
Now, here's the thing.
I'm just talking about looking, not
No. Okay, here's the thing, right? Okay, because I noticed this, and then I heard some facts about it. I think it was Jordan Peterson. He was saying, go into a magazine shop, whatever. Okay, something like 50% of men's magazines will have a young woman on the front.
Yeah.
Nearly 100% of women's magazines will.
Yeah. Yeah, because men might like to look at something like that, or they might like to look at a car.
Yeah. Or they might buy something that's to do with what they're buying.
Yeah, but if a woman buys anything, it has to be advertised by a good-looking woman.
Yeah, my wife used to get all these weekly magazines, and every single one had an attractive, usually blonde woman on the front.
Yep. This is also funny. Let me see this one. Can I share it? Yes, I can. Let me share my image again. This is the amount of double think needed by women. Hoppa. There we go. No, honey, you're thinner than me, not prettier.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a woman for Trump that is showing that she has a concealed carry. I don't care about that.
Oh, is
I
that
personally-
student? Is that student who got into bother for it?
Yeah. And she's to me, yeah, sure, she's a good-looking girl. But no, honey, you're thinner than me, not prettier. And I'm like, I've been to the toilet, and what I left behind is prettier than you.
Well, I might say something controversial here, but if you've got one of them things in your nose, it automatically knocks 10 points off your attractiveness, as far as I'm concerned.
10. And blue hair. Blue hair. I mean, yeah, okay, there are parrots that are blue, but come on.
Blue short hair, that's worse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to hold on to when she tries to escape.
Fuck you. Hey, Real Raven, shit, I totally forgot about the hangout. Yeah, the hangout. We had 3 topics.
And we've already done them.
We've already done them. Things go so much faster when we're just the 3 of us.
Well, let's be fair. They
most of it.
weren't. They weren't the best topics in terms of things to talk about.
It's true that. Well, I had no, because one of the topics I had quite a nice Twitter thingy going on. I'm going to show it to you guys. Maybe I'm. This is our Twitter hangout thingy. Modwain's open house. Well, not open house. Modwain House of Fun. And come on, scroll. I have to first go to the top. Here we start. Sharing. One moment. Here we go. Okay, so here's something to talk about. The Christian Baker thingy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just saw that. Mixed feeling. Actually, nice one for Wednesday. Great topic. I'm in. Okay. I don't see the 2 of you. That's okay. Real life happens. I'm not blaming you. But I know that Lozar would have had great insights in this one. I really believe that. I really do. Then Incredible Aspie said he would be here too, and I'm sorry that he's not here. We got the next one. Bill Clinton takes heat for lack of apologizing. We actually had a small talk about it. Square Peg, me, MCM, and that went quite well. And then this one, we had also a small talk about it. You actually partook in that one, Real Raven, so I thought you would be here. And okay, these are not big talks because, in all fairness, not a big channel. Stopping here, stopping there, done. So I was really hoping to have a good conversation on these topics. And that is just John and me.
And I didn't know anything about
agreeing
anything.
on everything.
I'm just scrolling through my YouTube videos for the last few days, and I can't see anything. There's like no topics that just go.
Yeah.
There was a Roseanne thing, and it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing.
The hypocrisy of the left knows no bounds, you know.
I made the last video I made was about what's that face, the transgender that wants to run for Senate and then threatening with.
Oh, Brianna Wu.
Yeah, no, not that one. The old the soldier book, the soldier boy turned woman.
Oh,
I forgot
Chelsea
her name.
Manning.
Yeah, that one.
Wait, what?
She had to have too much criticism, and therefore she basically stood herself on a ledge and threatened suicide. And I'm like, people, this is what you're voting for. But at the same time,
Stood on a ledge. Somebody should have been down there. They're saying, "Do a flip."
that would have not been nice. That would not have been nice.
But this is what happens
It's
when.
funny, but it wouldn't be nice.
But this is what happens when your whole platform is built on a victim narrative, because it doesn't build any mental fortitude.
Yeah, but that's the problem. There is a huge problem when it comes to gender dysphoria, and basically the video I did, I tried to point that out a bit, and then Alicia said, "Oh well, this is a good start for a discussion. We need more people." But then someone else basically on Minds responded like, "Well, who are you to say something? And I'm like, okay, I'm a social therapist. This is actually my work. I work with people.
Hang on. I wouldn't even give an answer to that, because this one says, "Who are you?" Well, I'm me. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I'm not entitled to force you to agree with me.
Well, that too.
But I'm entitled to my opinion. Don't say, "Who are you?" I'm me. I'm just a person offering an opinion. Who are you?
No, that's true. That's true. That it's kind of funny because after that, that topic more or less dwindled out on minds. But yeah, no, the gender dysphoria thing really would have been a good topic to start a discussion on. But I tend not to start a hangout based on my latest video, so we didn't do that. I was really hoping to have a good talk on gender dysphoria as well, but it's difficult to have a good talk on that because you tend to get bogged down by opinion.
I've heard say that the transgender thing is gonna be like how gays were viewed not too long ago, and how it is with them now.
How do you mean?
That you still have people that are all like, "Oh, pray the gay away," that kind of shit. But
yeah, no,
hey, if you're gay, you're gay. Who gives a shit? Ultimately. The person I talked to said that was going to be the same with trannies in the not too distant future, probably.
Well,
I was like, yeah, I guess maybe.
But there's a difference. There's a difference between tranny and gay.
Okay.
I mean,
they said it's going to probably be viewed the same.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. Okay, I'm going to. This is a simple test I like to do. If I'm to ask you who you are, there are lots of things you can talk about. You can even talk about your sexuality.
Really?
But yeah, if you want to, yeah, there are people who will.
Oh yeah.
But how many people? How many people will define themselves by their gender?
By their gender?
John, yeah, by their gender.
As
John, you're a man, right? And Smirkus, you're a man too.
Yep.
If I were to ask you, okay, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Smirkus? Who is John? And I kind of want to do a stream on those things as well because I do want to do that. But you will name a bunch of things that make you who you are. Things you find interesting, things you have problems with, things you have happened through your life. The chance that you will actually say, I'm a man, is very slim indeed.
Yeah, but for me, partly because I'm
32 years old.
No, for me, it's partly because I'm, what's the term? Stoic, which means everything that is, I take everything that is, and therefore it's irrelevant.
Well, I mean, your gender, is.
No, you start with it, and therefore it's just a given. So you don't.
Yeah, you don't mention it. You can see,
and you know everyone else can see it. So what's the point?
So
like
why mention it?
It's it's like the old joke about the guy coming out saying, I didn't have to come out as black because oh, Dad, I've something to tell you. I'm black because.
Look at me.
There's a comedian who did that because pointing out how ludicrous it is because there's there are things about us everyone knows.
Okay, so now I'm going to make a point, and I think I mentioned this in my last video as well, but this is the main problem when it comes to gender dysphoria and transgenderism, and this is why people like Blair White, who went from male to female, are actually pulling it off. And other people do not.
Sorry, great phrase.
Well, yeah, I know.
Thanks for the delightful image there.
Pun not intended, but
Yeah,
but the thing is,
she even did a video with her partner as saying, "Is he gay?"
Yeah.
Like,
which I, in all fairness, their life, their thing. I like Blair White. She doesn't know me. I don't know her. But I prefer people like that. Why? Because her transgenderism is not what defines her.
Yep.
And this is the thing that I wanted to say. Most people who suffer from gender dysphoria or transgenderism define themselves as being another gender. But when I talk to 100 men or 100 women to tell me what defines them, their sexuality doesn't even come in play. But for transgenders, it's the first thing, because they lack personality. They lack
No. I think that's a little unfair, because if you are struggling with something, it dominates your thoughts, and therefore it is at the forefront of your mind. If
Oh yeah, I'll tell people that I'm depressed a lot, like within the first 10 minutes of meeting them.
But you know, whereas if everything, you just feel all right about yourself in a particular area, why are you even thinking about it? Therefore, it doesn't come to mind.
No, the problem is that people who suffer from transgenderism lack identity, and they fill that identity with this. This is, for example, transgenderism under people with autism happens a lot more than people without autism.
Yeah.
Are all autists stupid? No, that's bullshit. You have very smart autists. But
I also hear that the autistic people are, a lot of them are bisexual.
most of them are just like the rest of us. But
Yeah, pretty much.
they have a development disorder, and because of that development disorder, their personality develops less fast. Doesn't mean that they don't have a personality, because they do. Yeah, well, you have a great personality. You're a good guy. But
Yeah, and also I'm also on the spectrum.
the thing is, and I work with autists, so I know a lot of them. If they start talking about how they are gender dysphoric, I know the main issue is they have a lack of self-identity. And our current society is saying, well, that must mean you're a girl. Yeah, but
That must mean
but I like
that you're gender neutral.
But I like unicorns. I'm a boy and I like unicorns. Well, that's okay. Unicorns were a sign of masculinity for most of history. Yeah, but I like the color pink. Yep, that's the color for boys for most of history. Yeah, but I like long hair. Well, hey, you can look at all of the images I use of me.
Or Jesus.
None of them have short hair.
Or Jesus.
Or Jesus, indeed. So, I mean, instead of saying, okay, I think I'm a girl, first try to figure out who you are before defining who you are and then having to follow along. And this is the problem with gender dysphoria, transgenderism. Gender dysphoria means that you are unhappy with being a guy, because that's all you can think of. But you're more than just a guy. What else are you? And as long as...
Yep.
Sorry, go on, mate.
No. Continue, I'll go next.
And as long as you don't know who you are and what makes you you, you cannot say that you're not a boy. Because you have no idea what you are. And being a boy is the least of who we are. Well, as men. I mean, women are even less boy than men. Not a lot less, though. Hi there, Lot, by the way. Go on, Smirkus. I didn't... I finished.
I never fucking understood the whole dysphoria thing in Chinese. And like, dude, just say that you want to have a pussy now. You know, who cares? Or the other way around, when you're female and you want to be a dude. Hey, I'm going to be a dude. Well, good for fucking you. You do you, man. You do you.
Yeah, I don't care.
But
I find...
oh my God, I feel like a woman and I'm trapped in the wrong body. It's like, just shoot me.
The scary thing about people like that is that they lack identity. And if you lack identity, everything is dangerous. There's a reason
you like doing, you know, that's part of your identity.
There's a reason 40% of transgenders or people with gender dysphoria commit suicide. 40%. That's
disconcerting.
That's way too high. That's way too high. And indeed, if they let the kids alone, we know that every kid, well, whatever you want to call normal kid, every kid goes through a phase. Every boy will put on the shoes of their mother and will try makeup, and they'll put on a dress.
I'm pretty sure I didn't, mate.
Well, yeah, but that
yeah, you did. You were just very young. It's usually around the age of 3, 4, maybe 5.
No. I'm sorry. I hate these absolute statements.
Okay, well, if not, then 90%.
Most, maybe, but the point is we all exist on spectra. Yeah,
but this is part.
No. There's something I wanted to bring up earlier. Okay, Mike Buchanan was on a radio show where a British, very elderly now British novelist called Jilly Cooper made the statement that men are now so afraid of women they are choosing to have affairs with other men, i.e. gay affairs, to avoid women.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that, but okay.
No. I mean, it's not true. I mean, she's just an author. She's an idiot. But the point is, she was able to say this, and then they have a 45-minute radio show discussing this.
Hey, didn't matter, had sex.
But the thing is, when it comes to the boys wearing mother's clothing or whatnot, there is a phase we all go through, and it doesn't have to last long. But this is something we all go through. This is how we self-identify. This is how we become boys and girls, so to speak. There is more to it than just the social aspect. There's way more biological aspect to it than social aspect. But the social aspect kind of means that we try stuff out as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is, by the way, one of the reasons why transgenderism and gender dysphoria is more found among people with autism spectrum syndrome or development disorders, because they shape their personality slower.
You're an ass. I thank you for your understanding.
But I mean, it doesn't mean they're not nice people or stupid or whatever, because I've worked with kids, well, 18 years old, who went to university. I mean, I had a patient who is a doctor in economics. So don't ever say that people with autism can't amount much, because that's not true. But they still, even that guy who is a doctor in economics, he still has a development disorder. He can learn really good, but he really had to learn how to be him, who he was. We all went through this. We have several forming stages throughout our lives.
Sounds fairly familiar, to be honest.
Well, it should be. Anyway, Real Raven, before you go to bed, mate. I didn't see that one. I'll look into that later. But how far are you with my song, mate? I'm so curious.
Ooh, you're going to have a song?
Yeah, I'm going to have a song, yeah.
Sweet.
It's even more appropriate now than it was when we started working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wokesloth.com. Okay, I'm opening it in there. So, Real Raven, when is there an ETA on? There is now a dating site for incels if violent misogyny is your thing. What the hell is that?
Oh, that one, yeah. And if I just discussed that particular piece of cancer, I started to read it, and it was just, full bore attack, Miss Andre. Just
Well, I mean, Real Raven, if you think it's ready, then I'm if it's all done, then I can start trying to make the video for it. Anyway, I don't care about involuntary celebrities. It may sound stupid, but I'm sorry. If you're involuntary anything, stand up and do something about it. No, but women don't like to talk to me. Okay, then try to figure out why and see what you can change in yourself.
Yeah, but the problem,
like a pickup seminar or some shit, man. Jesus Christ.
No. The problem is, right. As I say, the honey badgers do talk about these things very well, and the problem is this: is that if you have somebody who, for a variety of reasons, get to a certain age and they've never had a functional relationship of any sort, and then they're already low in confidence, unfortunately, that lack of confidence then becomes self-perpetuating because it puts everyone else off. And so you actually need someone to step in and help them, because you can't just say, oh, go and pull yourself together, because they would have done.
Yeah. And why would you be shamed for being an ugly, poor mofo? The thing is, you don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be ashamed for it.
No. Shamed for it.
Oh, well, yeah, but you're a man, yeah, obviously.
No, you see, I mean, here's the thing, right? Because this is the thing that struck me years and years ago. We haven't had many mass shootings in the UK, but one of them was Dunblane, which was, I think it might have been an infant school. It was certainly the children were young, and the man goes in and he starts shooting. And when it first broke, everyone was like, oh, yeah, he was really weird and we avoided him. And I'm thinking, no wonder the bloke cracked.
Yeah.
He was socially isolated and treated like shit.
Yep, which is a problem as well.
And this doesn't justify what he did, but the point is, but no one wants to say, and it was the same with that Florida shooting. It was like, oh yeah, we bullied him. Yeah, and it comes through again and again and again. That these people, they don't have a father in the home and they've been bullied.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like what Real Raven is saying now as well. I like the thing of Real Raven. There was a research done by, what was it? Swipe left, swipe right. How many men think how many women score above average, and how many women think men score above average.
Yeah.
And only 10%
below average.
Only 10% of men were above average.
Well, I heard it was 80%.
Oh, that's impossible. Yeah. Sorry?
80% were below average, so that make it 20%. But yeah.
So and men, they don't seem to care that much about how a woman looks. Anyway, good night, Alicia. Take care. See you next time. And Real Raven wanted to go a moment ago as well. And we don't have a topic. We've just been rambling on now.
Well, as I say, I just found that interesting that, if it seems to me, this is the impression I've got over decades, that if a man says anything negative about a woman because what she actually did, that's misogyny.
Yeah.
And yet women feel that they are perfectly entitled to just bash the whole of the male sex.
Yep.
And it's like, what? Why are you criticizing me? I'm just saying they're all shit.
Yep. It's perfectly all right for women to say men are bad, but men are not allowed to say the same thing. That's just silly.
No, but not even that. It's men are not even allowed to say a fraction of it. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. How can we ask questions? Damn it.
Yeah.
you know, it's all these double standards, and that's a problem. And it's just like, you know, finally, you know, you're getting people turn around and say, look, there's these double standards.
Yeah. And there's lots of... Anyway, I think we've said all there is to say about these topics. Well, that's not true. We haven't said all there is to say about these topics. But I don't...
What's the first topic, anyway?
Oh, we started with the Christian Baker thingy.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
There weren't huge topics, but they were fun topics.
Like it makes monetary sense to serve gays, you know, but yeah.
No, but equally, any business should have the right to not serve anyone they don't want for whatever reason.
Yep.
You know.
But you know, like I said, if you have good business sense, you'll just fucking money is money, you know.
Yeah, but the point was, I think it was more to do with them catering a wedding, a gay wedding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is, you know, it's not the same thing.
figured.
Someone comes in and says, I want to buy a wedding cake, and you say, right, put 2 grooms on the top. It's no big deal. But if they come in and say, right, and we want you to come and physically be there for the wedding and provide all the food and servers, that's hitting them right in their belief system.
Yep. True.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the first topic. The second topic was whether Bill Clinton had to apologize.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
I can't remember that. That was like hours ago.
Old man getting old, huh?
As I say, first rule, don't apologise.
Anyway,
Rules, man. Never apologize.
Apologise in public, should I say.
but there is something I wanted to ask you, Smirkers. How's the table going?
Dude, I have a new job, and I can't make tables over there at the moment.
Oh, that's too bad.
But hopefully, I don't know, man. I need to go get the table so I can finish it here.
Yeah, it would be nice.
And I need to get my tools from the other place because they were broke ass and we had to use a bunch of our own tools. So. And I think I'm gonna pick everything up Friday or next week somewhere. So.
Okay. Well, I'm curious. I'll keep me posted, please.
And then I'll probably just tell my friend, like, hey, you want to come and hang out and we can work on your table and shit? Bring an extra chisel, you know, we can both work on it.
Okay. Anyway, guys, yawning. Old man is tired. We're going to call it a little bit short. I'm not going to stay 2 hours, so we're going to go at 1:24 or 1. John, are you going to start working on your videos again, or are you just sending all your stuff to other people?
Am I sending stuff to other people?
No, not selling. It's sending.
I didn't know I was doing that.
I didn't know either. I'm just wondering.
No, I'm going through a quiet patch.
Because I thought you were still making scripts.
Yeah, not at the minute.
Okay.
Fuck, I still need to make a video.
Yeah, I still need to make a video too. I wanted to make at least one a week.
I'm horrible with videos, man.
Yeah, I've been busy with other bullshit. That's the nice thing. Oh, by the way, Crusader Soul, not tonight, but we need to get in touch soon because you wanted to be my guest, real life, before August. Remember? So we have to.
Ooh, he's a crazy Dutchie too.
Yeah, he's a great Dutchie too. He's a great guy. He really is.
Nice. We should all get together, man.
Maybe we should. But the thing is, he's in the middle of the country. Oopsie is on the far bottom of the country, and you're somewhat in the top of the country.
I'm like northeastish.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I am going to pull the plug. Yep. Thank you everyone for coming. Hi there, bye there, Ludicrous and Real Raven and Davey and Nick and Crusader and Oopsie and Alicia. Thank you all for coming. It was a good talk, or at least I thought it was a good talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
You talk very well, mate.
I hope you enjoyed yourself too, John.
Yeah, you goaded me into coming pretty much.
Yeah, and I was a mercy joint, so there you go.
Poor me.
Hey, are you ever gonna come hang out again? Yeah, send me a link, bitch.
Well, yeah, but you sent that tweet after I'm sorry, I was late. But then again, so were you.
Yep.
But I'll send you one next week again.
Yeah,
Okay,
just send
guys.
me it and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send. But we have this Twitter group now, by the way. I thought you were in that one as well.
I didn't see it. I didn't see the link in there.
No, I didn't put it in there. That's true. No one responded in there. Anyway, guys, we're rambling. Bye-bye.
Bye.